Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and I'm here today to talk to you about staying in an unhappy relationship. I found a bit of a theme recently with my clients and people that I'm speaking to in my communities that there's a lot of women in loveless marriages or relationships or in relationships where they're not really feeling appreciated. And I really want to come and talk to you about this today because this is something really important to look at. And it isn't a question of stay or go. That's the first thing that I want to say, because I would never tell someone what to do in their relationship because we can never know the intricacies of those relationships. But staying in an unhappy relationship where you don't feel appreciated, seen, where you don't seem valued or you don't really feel loved, like perhaps they're not speaking to you in your love language, kills your self-esteem and your inner joy. And this goes not just for relationships, but it can be a job that you're in, it could be a house that you're in, a living situation, it could be the country you live in or the community, a commitment or some kind of friendship you're in. So anything that you are in that is really making you unhappy, not making you feel valued, appreciated, maybe you're getting passed over for promotions or offers or love or feeling cherished, this really kills your self-esteem and your inner joy. And it's something really important to look at. Because what happens is when your deeper inner consciousness is observing you, ignoring the snidey marks, accepting, like crumbs, if you like, little bits of love and attention, and not like the big grand gestures that your heart so desires. Perhaps, you're just thinking to yourself, oh, we're just going through a rough patch, or, oh, there's a lot of stress going on at the moment in the job or at work or with the family. Or perhaps you're feeling, well, we're just going through a rough patch, we'll get over it. All of these statements is ignoring the situation. And I will tell you that ignoring a situation, it doesn't heal on its own. It doesn't miraculously go away. It doesn't heal on its own. So what happens is it leads to a slow decay of your self-worth, because your inner self is watching you accepting these things that make you feel undervalued, underloved, underappreciated. And the inner dialogue goes something like, well, that's because I'm not enough yet, or I'm not doing this, or I'm not being this. Your inner dialogue is almost feeling, well, I'm not as important as these other things that, my other half is putting his focus on. The other dialogue, which is really common, is there's something wrong with me. We automatically internalize and think there's something wrong with me. Or we take on all the responsibility, all the guilt, all the blame, and we get into, I'm not doing it right, I'm not doing it right, I'm not being the best partner, I'm not being the best person at work. And so if you are feeling that you are you're unhappy in your relationship, or like I said, at work or your job or in a commitment you're in, my advice is to honestly look at this situation. Don't just hope it's going to fix itself. It won't fix itself. And the advice is not to just walk out the door. The advice is to really sit back and take stock and allow yourself to feel all those feelings, because sometimes when we're in this situation, we kind of bottle them down and repress them and pretend everything is fine. I'm absolutely fine and everything is okay. So just allow yourself to sit with yourself and allow yourself to feel what is really going on, and really look at a situation honestly. And, maybe that is about getting some steps to get some help. But maybe it's about doing some inner work on yourself. Maybe it's triggered some stuff from childhood where you didn't feel enough or you didn't feel worthy. And so what this does then is you can then start to focus on your desire force again, what it is that you want. Because when we feel that we've been in an unhappy relationship, our ability to dream, our ability to get inspired depreciates. It's like because we don't feel worthy, we stop dreaming, we stop going for what our desires are, and we almost cut our desire force off. It's almost like, well, that hasn't worked out, this hasn't worked out, so I'm going to stop dreaming. I'm going to stop wishing for things because they never come true and they never come to me. And this is like creating heartbreak for yourself. It's like you're breaking your own heart when you're saying to yourself that this isn't possible for me, so I'm going to stop dreaming and stop my desire force. And desire force, for those of you who know me really well, desire force is what makes the world go round. It's what brings things into manifestation. So we need to really start to connect to what it is that we want again and start to take steps towards it. Start to gift ourselves that which we desire. And then we can work through whatever that issue is with the relationship or with whatever's going on. And I want to really put this invitation out there to really think about this for yourself. Are you in an unhappy relationship, commitment, friendship, job at the moment? If you are, it's time to take stock, time to have a look, feel all the feelings and start to dream again and start to heal some of these things. And if this is you, I'm going to encourage you to reach out to me. I'm opening up an exclusive offer to work with me privately, specifically on relationships at the moment. Or you can come and join me in beautiful Ibiza for a VIP intensive. People that have come and joined me for a VIP intensive kind of retreat in Ibiza have managed to turn their relationships around very magically. And, you know, just a few examples. I had one lady, she couldn't open up to her partner. He actually really loved her, but she felt closed and she wanted to open up, but she couldn't. And working with me, she was able to open up her intimacy, open up her heart, heal why she was so closed. And they're happily married now. So that's a really beautiful story. I've had other women that were in toxic relationships, abusive relationships where they knew it was bad for them, but they just couldn't get out of it. And this lady, after working with me, she finally became free. And all of that energy that she had been sucked into this relationship, she went and launched a wellness business that became really successful. I had another lady that felt like she was in a loveless marriage, that she was never seen and appreciated, and actually she wanted out. When she came to work with me, she's like, I've come to work with you to get out of this relationship. But she found that miraculously, by working on herself and her inner worth and her self-love, that he started to notice her more and he came towards her. And I've also had women that have been single. One lady was single for 6 years, like a 6-year drought, and just thinking, well, you know, that's it for me. And a week after working with me, she got into a beautiful long-term relationship. So all of these things are possible for you when you start to heal your heart. So if this is calling you, reach out to me, send me a DM, book a call with me in the link in my bio, and I look forward to helping you feel happy and full within yourself and your relationships. Lots of love.